Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, in last session we have started creating tables in HTML document. Here today, just a single review what we have learned in last session. We have just started the table tag and its required nested tags of tr, th, td. As we have discussed that table is pair tag which is started with table opening tag and inside opening and closing tag of table, we have nested tr, th, and td tags. Tr tag we have used for creating the rows in the table, and with th table heading. Table heading, we have used this table heading tag to give heading for the table columns. And then we have used the table data td tag to give the content in the columns of the table. So here in next lecture of this table tag, we are going to learn some more features of these tags with relevant attributes. Here is a list of table attributes. The first attribute is border, which gives the thickness or determines the thickness of the table border. If we want to insert the border, in the border, we give the thickness. So with this attribute, we will tell the HTML to insert the border around the table. And then the second attribute is cell padding. With cell padding, actually, we adjust the distance between the border of the cell and content of the cell in a table with cell padding. And this distance is given in number of pixels. Similarly, cell spacing is also the empty space between the borders of two adjacent cells. If we want to give the number of pixels as an empty space around the borders of two adjacent cells, we will use this cell spacing attribute of table tag. Here in this example code, we can see that if we don't use the border attribute in a table tag, border will not be inserted. If we use it, border will be displayed with the number of pixels in thickness, which we specify with the border attribute. Here are some other list of attributes which are used with table row, table heading, and table data tags. The first one is align, and its possible value are center, left, right. It means if we want to give the heading in a table with center alignment, we will use this attribute and give the value of center in double quotation. Afterwards, the next attribute is here BG, color, background color. If we want to insert the background color in a table row or a table cell or with table heading, we will use the BG color. And here the coloring scheme depends on the usage. If you are using the color names, simply give the color name in double quote. Otherwise, we have some other coloring schemes that we can use with experience. Then the next one is width. Width attribute gives the width to table row or table heading or cell. This value can be given in number of pixels or in percentage. Width and height. These two attributes will adjust the width and height of table row, heading, or data. The next attribute is here with tr, tag is V-align. It determines the vertical alignment of the content of all the cells in a particular row. If we want in a row to align the content vertically, we will use the V-align tag. And its possible values are top, middle, bottom. Here we have some other attributes that are used with TH and TD tags. The first one is no wrap. No wrap attribute will extend the width of a cell if necessary to fit the content of the cell in a single line. It means if we use this attribute with table heading or table data, then it will adjust or extend the width of the cell according to the given text in the table data or table heading attribute. Then the next is column span, COLSPAN, number of rows. The current cell should extend itself downward. If we use this attribute with TD, then the current column will be expanded downward and it will capture the space of 2 rows. And the second next attribute is row span. It will extend the column, current column, to the number of given row span. Means it will extend the cell in rightwards. Number of columns. Current cell should extend itself to that number of column. Then the next one is SM of TR, that is V-alignment. Means we can vertically align the table heading or table data content with the help of this V-align attribute. So with TH and TD, we can use the no wrap, column span, row span, and V-align attribute to adjust the contents of the table heading and table data, means in a cell. Here we can see that we have the same table, and now we have used the attribute of column span with the first heading of first row. With first TH, we have used the attribute of column span, and this column span is given the value of 2. Means here in browser display, we can see that we have indoor, outdoor, both the headings in single cell as we have given the value in single heading pair tag and given the attribute of 2. Column span means now the current cell of TH is expanded to 2 columns of the next row. Clear? Means now squash and cricket, which are into separate data cells, has the same heading of TH columns with column span 2 and the value is indoor, outdoor. Clear? With using these attributes, we can create such type of table in which we can use the column spacing, we can use the row spanning, and we can give the backgrounds, borders to our table. Here, another attribute of the table that is, again, we are using the border. Border gives the boundary around the table. In this slide, we can see that another tag of caption. Caption is actually a pair tag which gives heading to the main table. Although we have used th to give the heading to columns of the table, but with caption we give heading to the whole table. Clear? And it must be placed immediately after the table tag. Means caption tag is just given after starting the table tag before the table rows. It will give heading to the table completely. So in this lecture, we have just extended our knowledge for web page to insert different table tags, and we have learned their associated attributes to adjust the table properties of table background, table border, alignment, background colors, cell spacing, cell padding, giving the caption to the table, and heading to the table columns. Hopefully, all the content is clear to you. In next class, we will try to understand about the frame and frame set, and then we will learn how to insert these frames and frame set on a web page. In the meantime, if you have any question, query, you can put up your questions. We will discuss them. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.